If you're gonna hear some noise in the background, I'm so sorry. It's so hot right now in Africa and I cannot do without my AC on. Like I tried shooting without it and I'm like, it's so unbearable right now. However, we're gonna move on to today's content and we're moving forward despite the noise in the background because I have an understanding viewers. Okay, guys. So, today I'm going to talk about property and property investments. So, I co-own a rental property in Soshanguve, South Africa. I'm so sorry. People say that I say Soshanguve very wrong, but we keep it moving. I really do not have the time to get it correct because every time I fix the pronunciation, something happens and I say it completely wrong. So let's just stick with Shoshanguve because I have again an understanding audience. So I have a not me myself personally, but well, I have a mother who's amazing. So my mom has this friend who's this Indian guy in South Africa and he loves everything to do with auction properties. So one time he has a daughter and his daughter has to go abroad. So he bought an auction property in Soshanguve and he bought it like 5 years ago and the former owner still lives in it illegally, but he left him in that property. So he wanted 200,000. Yes, 200,000. So I'm going to show it up here, the house in Soshanguve that we bought for 200,000. I know it's unbelievable because right now you will not find this kind of home in Soshanguve for that amount. Never. So he was enough with the situation because the guy was literally making it impossible. He did not want to move out. He did not want to listen to anybody. We tried to talk to him, including me, my brother, and he has kids. That's the worst thing. I never even talked about his wife, but that's because I never wanted to get involved. So I'm going to get into detail with his background. So I felt sorry for the kids, mainly not for him, and because he stayed with the kids after all. So the neighbor told my mom that this guy has a wife and the wife left. He was a security guard and he cheated upon his wife and they had a nasty breakup and he chased his wife out because he was constantly having infidelities, treating his wife very badly. I'm against that. I'm super against that. So basically, this wife did not leave out of her own volition, out of her own choice. She left because the man kicked her out. And so now he's failing on payments. He's not doing proper management in terms of his household affairs because that's something his wife that he kicked out used to do. So now he's failing upon payments and the property goes on auction. So when it goes to auction, this Indian guy who's a close associate or a close friend to my mom decides to buy it for probably around 400,000, 450,000 to 400,000. I'm not sure how much that is in South Africa, but he bought it for that amount. So again, like I said, he left him in this house, no, in his house. Am I right? In the Indian guy's house because he lost the house, right? The Indian guy is the owner of that house, but he left him because he understood that, he lost his job. I'm not sure I mentioned that because he also lost his job because things started went sour for him. Payments, stopped making payments to the houses and he stopped, but he's left with the kids. And that's another thing that I feel sorry for because he kept the kids with him and did not want the wife to live with the kids, so he stayed with the kids. So when we came in and the daughter wanted to go abroad to study, he wanted to gift his daughter a 200,000. So he wanted to sell that house very quickly. So one time he was like telling my mom, this Indian guy, that, you know what, I am done with this property. I'm done with everything. So I'm just literally gonna sell this house for as cheap as possible so that I can move out of it. Not like move out, but move on from this whole situation. And my mom was like, wow, this is a great opportunity. My late husband has sent this, because my mom said this to me, that, you know what, your father sent this gift to us, so we must take advantage of it, because anybody who was given the opportunity to buy that house for 200,000, they would have. Because I told the story, some people accused me of lying. I even had to include my mom, who was supporting me in that TikTok video. But again, I have an understanding video, I have not video viewers, so let's keep it moving. I don't have to include TikTok stuff unnecessarily, but I can if you want to, but let's keep it moving. So me, my brother, my mom, I went and took a loan of 50,000. My brother went and took a loan of 50,000. My mom contributed 100,000. And then we bought this house cash. And then we used it as rental property for our investment. This house has like 2 bedroom, a kitchen, a living area, like a dining area, a bathroom, and 3 bedroom outside, and a double garage. Right? So we rented the space out. We're gonna make profit out of this and make it like a rental investment for us to grow our capital, and that's exactly what we did. So how did we get this guy out? So before we even got to that part of us buying this property, remember, we had to get him out. They offered him 80,000, and then and I was like, okay, before my part, we offered him 80,000, and then he went, the landlord went and talked to him, not the landlord, the owner of the property went to talk with the former owner that, you know what, take this 80,000 rand, and then I won't report you to the sheriff so that they can kick you out. You can start with your new life. He kicked him out. And then we were like, okay, maybe he's angry with everything that's happening around him. Let's just add 10,000. We gave him 90. We went and like increased it to 90,000, and we went back to him to talk to him. And then he gave us the same attitude, and then he kicked us out. He did not want to talk to us. Unbearable. The situation was worse. And now I'm feeling bad for the kids, you know. And I remember the day they kicked him out, I was not myself. I was not feeling well. Like, I was like, never again I want to be involved with anything auction. Never again I want to be involved with this, where I have to witness a black family being kicked out. And we know in South Africa that black homes are usually charged with higher interest rates, so they fail on payments. So it's something that I really understand very well, and I was having time adjusting with my own belief, with everything going on, and I was like, no, I'm not taking this. This is just too much for me. So he was kicked out because he refused the money. He refused to take the money. He did not want the home, and I understood. And I was like, you know what, maybe this guy, he's having a tough time readjusting to the fact that there are people living in his house that got it cheaply for free, but forgetting that he was living in that house 5 years without paying rent, without anything, so that he can repatch his life. And now I don't think there's people who are willing to do what this Indian guy was willing to do. So in the next video, I'll probably talk about how we make income and how we manage our rental property, and all of those things, like the financial tax savvy of things, that how we do the things, how we manage it. And then I'll also advise you on what to get and all of those things. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and comment, share, like, and then I'll see you in my next episode. This is Glow Bunny, and I'll see you in my next episode. Mwah!